Following him will be Darren Ledford.
My name is Matthew McDaniel, a lifelong resident of Fannin County. I want to thank each of the members of the faith community for coming to this meeting tonight to stand upon your faith, upon God's truth concerning the issues at hand. I also want to express my sincere appreciation to Mr. Henson, the Board of Education, and the Fannin County School for allowing us the privilege to be here tonight. As a local pastor, a parent, and a parent of students in the Fannin County school system, I, like many of you, are concerned with the federal guidelines of this country calling for and allowing for gender-neutral restrooms. I feel that it's not only a moral violation of God's Word, but it also violates the rights of our children and families, as well as discriminates against them, opening the door for danger and hostility. I'm most sorry tonight for the non-Christian culture that now invades us and continues the snowball effect of the liberal agenda. Tonight, I think it's vitally important to understand that this situation is neither favorable nor desirable to us as the citizens, as the parents, nor this board or the administration of the school system. On the way up here tonight, I began to think about the fact that I was a Fannin County graduate. I said the prayer at my own graduation. I began to think about all the teachers who have affected my life, not only teaching me, but also impacting my faith. I began to think of the names of the teachers from grade school all the way to high school who are partly responsible for the foundation of my faith. Yet they never opened the Bible in the classroom. My point is tonight that just as in those days, there are many people who are employed in the school system today, from the top all the way down, who I believe have strong convictions of faith, who are struggling even greater than we understand, maybe even in this situation. While we do not agree with what's going on, I'm concerned about the days ahead. I urge you to consider the facts. I urge you to ask questions, and most importantly, ask the question, what would Jesus have me do in this situation? By the way, I hate to break it to you, but everything you hear on social media or media in general is not always a fact. I asked this question myself, what would Jesus have me do? I began digging for facts, and I decided to write a letter to Mr. Henson, the Board of Education and Administration, explaining my stand upon God's truth, yet I also wanted to let them know that I am most sorry for the situation they are being forced to be in, to deal with. And I assured them that myself, my staff, my church, and the leadership of my church have been praying for them. I hand-delivered the letter to Mr. Henson and to each of the principals at the schools in our county, letting them know that I'm lifting them up, praying for God to give them wisdom and guidance. Last night, my congregation, along with 32 young students who are youth age, discussed the issue at hand. They then divided into groups, and many of our adults put their hands upon these children, placed their hands on them, and prayed for them, asking God to give them courage to live out their faith in and among their peers. What can you do? What can I do? What can we do? Well, that's the million-dollar question of the hour tonight. I don't know all those answers. But let me encourage you to understand one thing. Jesus said in John chapter 17, as he prayed to the Father for the disciples, he prayed that we would understand that while we live in this world, we're not of this world. He also went to say that just as he has sent them into this world, we're not only in this world, but we've been sent into this world with a purpose to share the light of the gospel of Jesus Christ with those we come in contact with. He also promised that the world would hate them as he does us, as they do us. I'm telling you, it already hates us. How do you counteract that hate? I believe we live out our faith by sharing the love and the message of redemption. I personally believe that God has created all people with a desire to come into a relationship with them and bless them. There are many who do not share such ideas of faith, but they need those of faith to come along the way and to show them. My son was in the second grade last year, and often during family devotions, he mentioned the name of one individual that he went to school with. He was afraid that this individual didn't know Jesus, so he prayed for him and called his name out in our family devotions. I'm telling you, this person now, even though I don't know him, goes to church with his family. I'm telling you, we need to stand on God's truth in this perverse generation. I believe we need to call Washington, call Atlanta, and ask them to help our board come to a biblical resolution. I want to challenge each of you, our board and the leaders, to exhaust every avenue and opportunity to to secure the rights of our children so they can continue to witness in the mission field of the schools. Most of all, pray, pray, and pray. Let's not shoot our own, but let's call upon God, who is bigger than any situation that we face, and ask Him to give us guidance and direction. If you would like a copy of this open letter, you may have one tonight. I don't have this many, but I have a few, or you can call my office. I'll be glad to give you one. Thank you for the privilege to speak tonight.